Winning. All we do is winner. On the winner's circle. All we do is
This for my money makers. We use it to educate you. Movers and shakers, tell them how you get into the paper.
on the winner's circle.
On the winner circle.
On the winner's circle.
This for my money makers. We use it to
All we do
educate you.
is
Movers and shakers, tell them how you get into the paper. On the winner circle.
On the winner's circle.
Welcome to the Winner Circle podcast, where we bring to you real people with real dreams, real accomplishments, and real life stories. I am your host, Sam J. Joining me are my co-hosts, DJ Six Fifth and Miss Pure. Hey.
What's going on?
Sitting with us tonight, we have an extraordinary Black woman. When I tell you, I don't have enough words to describe her. Okay, she is dope. She is smart. She is beautiful. She wears so many hats. She is a doctor. She is a businesswoman. She also is in the entertainment industry. So without further ado, I bring to you Dr. Charletta Dennis. Hey, Dr. Dennis. How are you? Thank you for joining us tonight.
My pleasure. I'm happy to be here.
Wonderful. So we're just gonna start off. I want you to give, for the people who don't know you, give them some insight into who you are. You know, what your specialty is. What made you decide to become a doctor?
Okay. All right. Well, so I'll start this by saying I am Charletta Dennis, MD. Okay. My specialty is forensic psychiatry. Okay. I am actually the director of psychiatry at Wayne County Jail. I've been there for about 3 years now. Outside of being the director of psychiatry, I also have my own private practice where I do evaluations for criminal responsibility. Let's say if someone committed a crime and they're trying to plead not guilty by reason of insanity, I actually do those evaluations. And someone who's incompetent to stand trial, I do those evaluations as well. So I do a lot of court testimony for people who have essentially committed crimes and needed an evaluation to see whether or not it was their illness that caused them to actually commit the crime.
Okay, well, Ms. Dennis, let me ask you one question. Has there been any cases that we know of that you have had to just say, hey, man, is he crazy or is he faking?
So actually there was, it was actually a recent case, and I can't give you the entire scenario, but it was in the news. It was in Detroit news. It was a young man who was actually, he actually got kicked out of his group home because he assaulted somebody in the group home, okay? And I actually had to do an evaluation to see whether or not, once he got out of jail, should he go to another facility for treatment or should he be released to the community? It was my opinion that he required further treatment. But with this particular case, it kind of fell through the cracks. But I evaluate a lot of people around the Metro Detroit area.
What are some of the cases that make you say, this person was born jacked up? I mean, what are some of the characteristics that make you say, okay, this person was born just jacked up mentally?
So you really have to look back at when their symptoms first started. Okay, when you do an evaluation for someone who's either psychotic, like people who hear voices or people who believe things that aren't true or who are delusional, you really have to look back and to see when the symptoms first started, and you have to look at their family history as well and their social history. A lot of what people do, their surroundings, their social settings, their family history, all that plays into their mindset. Okay, so, and there are some people who actually develop symptoms earlier on than others, and you have to look at whether or not other influences are involved, like substances of abuse, like cocaine, methamphetamines, and even marijuana. So you really have to look at the entire person. You can't just look at someone's symptoms and their actions, but you have to do a complete history and, you know, get a lot of the information from other sources, like what did family members see this person do, or where was this person going for their care? Did they have a psychiatrist, or did they have a family practice doc that they were seeing? So you have to gather all this information before you can make a determination.
So I imagine a lot of hours go into making that determination and interviewing.
It does. You know, some interviews can last upwards of 4, sometimes even 12 hours, depending upon what information that I have to gather. And it's not all in one setting, of course. You know, you gather your information, you sit with the patient. Well, they're not patients when I'm doing an interview for the courts. They're clients of their attorneys. So it's all about how much information I can gather in one sitting. And if I need more information, what we call collateral information, I can gather that from others. But I look at things like police reports. I listen to police calls, anything that's investigatory, like if someone robbed a store. If there's film that I can view during the act, I review that as well. So it's really a culmination of gathering as much information as I can to formulate an opinion.
Okay.
The role that you play, not play, but the role that you're doing is powerful. It's powerful. It's powerful.
Well, when you're in the jails, you also play a role in making sure and I'm just asking, I don't know, I might be wrong, but you played a role on what type of segregation they belong into while they're incarcerated until their court appearance as well?
So at Wayne County Jail in particular, what we have is actually a mental health unit, and I'm actually the head physician over that unit. So some people, if they're exhibiting symptoms, if they're really psychotic or manic, they do get admitted to our floor. Sometimes, you know, they want to just kind of manipulate housing because people, because Wayne County has 3 different jails, where your charges kind of dictate your housing. So anybody who's been to Wayne County Jail, they know that Dickerson is Division 3. That's where, you know, people who are traffic violators go, or, you know, people who have very minor offenses, nonviolent crimes. They're usually over at Division 3. Division 2 is the new jail that was started being built, and Division 2 is the old jail. I'm sorry, Division 2 is the old jail. So it's dirty, it's grimy.
That's the one behind Frank Murphy, right?
Yes. Okay. So that one,
riding past it, you like, oh, I ain't going there.
no one wants to be there. And where my office is in Division 1, it's the quote unquote new jail. So there's windows that people can see out of, and some of these cells have single cells. You know, there's only one bunk. They don't have a bunkie. So a lot of people try to manipulate housing to get on the mental health unit, or they call it.
So you say they play crazy?
Huh?
You say they play crazy?
Oh yeah, they play crazy all the time. like it's the Hyatt or something.
Well, okay.
So how long have you been the director of psychiatry?
So when I first started there in 2017, I was a staff psychiatrist, and my position kind of evolved because of my own background. Because I'm a forensic psychiatrist, there was no other forensic trained psychiatrist in the jail, and we have a quasi, what we call competency restoration unit. So my position kind of evolved from being just a staff psychiatrist. I saw that there were a lot of needs that had gone unmet. So my plan was to make sure that we were staffed enough so that people can receive adequate care. So once we ended up hiring 2 other nurse practitioners and another full-time psychiatrist, my role kind of evolved.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Was forensics like a first choice of yours, like as far as field of study?
Absolutely not. And you know, there's a whole story behind that. Okay, so
Okay.
I actually was a medical assistant first. Well, actually, even before that, I went to school to become an EMT. All right.
Hold on, whoa. Doc lady, I'm sorry,
Hey.
doctor.
I
Doctor,
said,
you
you
need
went
to
from
tell us a
medical
story from day one. I'm gonna tell you my little bit. I'm gonna tell you what I know of. This is what I know.
Okay, what you know, Dave? DJ 6'5". I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. What I know is I know a young lady. This is what I know, and I'm gonna act like I don't see her on the screen. I'm gonna describe her. I'm gonna just retell the story.
Describe her. We're all
Say,
ears.
yeah, this is the lady. She was a young woman, had two little kids, two cute little kids. Now they were very well mannered. Okay, very well mannered, but you saw a struggle. You saw a struggle in her face every time you saw her. You get what I'm saying? You not only saw a struggle in the face every time you saw her, you just had this, oh, I'm sick of this. Kind of be, I'm just sick of living like this. I'm sick of struggling. And then boom, I look up one day, she got a damn diploma. To be a doctor? I'm like, wait, what happened? You know what I mean? And now you can go ahead and tell a story that made you say forget it. Now you go ahead and finish. Cause I was just blew back.
Okay.
I honestly was blew back. I'm like, whoa. Because when some people are sick and tired, they sick and tired. And doc lady, doctors, you did it, baby.
I can take it all the way back. Now, for the record, she asked was for how did I get into forensics? But
Right.
back it all the way up. From me
Yeah.
being a teen mom, I had my first kid. I was pregnant at 14. He had him at 15 years old. Okay, I went to 4 different high schools as a youngin' because guess what? I grew up on Dexter and Joy Road, and I was a fighter. Okay, I had to claw my way through every situation imaginable. I'm the darkest one around, so I've been called black, bald head, all that. You know what I'm saying? So it was nothing for me to see an adversity and kind of fight my way through it. Okay, so being a teen mom, I ended up going to Catherine Ferguson Academy, which was a school for teen girls. Graduated there. Now, actually, I ended up graduating from high school a year early because when I transferred, I went to Renaissance first. I was living on Dexter and Joy Road on Edison. I was living on Edison, so I had to catch 2 buses to get to Renaissance. If I didn't get the Dexter Providence Hospital bus, then I had to get on the Dexter Puritan and some old other bus, right? So 9th grade, tired of getting up early in the damn morning to get to school. Loved the fact that I was one of the few that was accepted in the Renaissance back then because you had to take an exam to get in Renaissance. According to your score, you either went to Renaissance, Cass, or King. No slight to any of them.
Right.
Renaissance was at the top. But I didn't always have bus fare to get to school. I lived in the hood. My mother was a single mom. It wasn't easy. So having to catch sometimes 2 buses just kind of wore on me. And I was missing all my friends too. So I left Renaissance, ended up going to Central. Probably not the best idea because when I got to Central, I met my first son's dad, ended up getting pregnant, got kicked out of Central, went to Northern. The chick whose ass I kicked at Central got kicked out for the heifer.
Hold on. Let's pause for a second. You kicked her ass. Okay, just go back. Okay. Long as for the record, she kicked your ass.
And
wherever you are, she kicked your ass.
And she ended up at Northern too. Like, what's really going on? So I ended up getting kicked out of, I got kicked out of Northern because I started showing. And I think they kicked me out because of that fact. They was like, it's too dangerous for you to be in this, this type of school. So they actually kicked me out of Northern. And that's when I went to Catherine Ferguson and had my first child. But yes, growing up poor as hell, having to wear, my older sister clothes, we all sleeping in the same damn bed in a 2-bedroom, 4-family flat on Dexter and Joy Road. Yeah, who want to keep living like that?
Right. And with the two
Right.
kids, you was destined to follow that same pattern at a young age.
Right.
At a young age, ended up having my my second daughter, my second child, which is my daughter. I had her when I was 19 years old. And at that time, I was actually working at White Castle. My very first job that I like really had insurance for my son, full time, working 40 hours. But I was living off West Grand Boulevard in Commonwealth. Castle 11 was on 9 Mile and Woodward, still is on 9 Mile and Woodward. Working swing shifts, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. or 3 p.m. to 11, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. So guess what? I got to get on the bus to go to White Castle. Yeah. That wasn't a life I wanted to keep having.
That was more motivation.
It was definitely motivation.
More motivation. Do something different.
Yes, yes. So from there, my medical career actually started at White Castle. There was a young man, well, there were two EMTs who actually came into White Castle. I think it was like we were on a midnight shift or something. And they were actually looking for people to go to this school. So I was actually intrigued, and I ended up taking the class to become an EMT, but I didn't like it. On my first run, like I had to literally go into somebody's house, this 400-pound man. I'm like, back then, like I was like 130 pounds, and I'm helping two other EMTs carry this big 400-pound dude down a flight of stairs.
Yeah, I'd have tapped out.
This ain't for me. I'm not going to no more problems. They're going to have to come to me. That's when I decided to be a medical assistant. So I went to school to be a medical assistant. Yep. So that's where it started. Now, fast forward a little bit. When I was a MA, I actually worked for Henry Ford Health System, and I worked for OBGYN docs, okay? There were two of them, no, actually three of them, Dr. Anthony Baisden, Dr. Mark Lewis, and Dr. Womack Stokes. They were all Black OBGYNs. They all encouraged me to further my education. At that time, Henry Ford had a program for unlicensed personnel, right? So medical assistants, we had registrations, but we didn't have a degree. We had a certificate, but we didn't have a degree. So they were sending people back to school to become nurses. So you mean to tell me I can go to school and become an RN? You're gonna let me work part-time and I'm gonna keep my full-time benefits? Yeah, sign me up. Sign me up. Okay.
That's what's up. Taking advantage.
Sign me up.
What impressed me is the fact that you say there were Black doctors saying, hey, get your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because you hear so much about us saying, oh, I ain't about to help nobody, this, that, and the other, so they can take my work. But they was trying to get you up there. Yeah. And we don't hear these kind of stories. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, our own people trying to influence our own people to do better.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. And at that time, it was for me to become a nurse. But one of them said to me, I ended up, because I was so thrilled about them knowing that they were in my corner, I ended up bringing my grades in one time. Aced everything, 4.0. Dr. Mark Lewis said to me at that moment, and it was all science classes, he said, girl, you're on your way to medical school. And you know, he planted that seed, because at that moment, it was never a thought for me. It wasn't. Again,
what's that doctor's name?
Mark Lewis.
That's what's up.
Lewis.
That's what's up. Dr. Mark Lewis. Y'all better give Dr. Mark Lewis a shout out for real.
Absolutely. He was like, girl, you're on your way to medical school. And it opened up something for me. And after that, you know, it was challenges along the way, because I got my undergrad at UAD Mercy, right? One of my professors, never forget this, I still hear it like it was yesterday. So he was my psychology professor, Professor John Nisley. I told him, I said, you know what? I think I want to go to medical school. And he paused and then he looked at me and he said, it's highly unlikely you'll become a physician.
What?
That's what's up. He gonna say that real slick, huh? Well, let me question. Question. What was his skin tone? Was it this color a little bit?
No, he was white.
Oh,
Okay.
did I get security in the
Black
room?
Lives Matter.
Yes, they do.
He said
Yes.
that to me. He said it's highly unlikely that you'll become a physician. And I think that kicked me into autopilot because I didn't understand what he said.
Right.
I didn't feel it that way. I didn't register it like highly unlikely. That don't even make sense to me. And from that moment, I was in autopilot. Before I graduated nursing school, I planned to become a physician.
Okay.
It was that moment when he said it to me that something happened in me and I kept it going. I worked as a nurse for 1 year while I was working as an RN at Henry Ford. I actually was going to school. I was working nights. I was going to school during the daytime so I can prepare for the MCAT, the medical college admission test. So I was working as a nurse, studying for my MCAT, ended up going, I got accepted into Wayne State University School of Medicine, graduated, and here I am today.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
God
Look
is
at you.
good.
Look at you. I see you. I see you.
God
I
is
see you.
good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I see you now. I don't hate you.
Dr. Lewis, the positive from Dr. Lewis, and then even though you had the negative from the other gentleman.
Well, that's the devil. That's the devil, though. That's the devil right there. Like, he's just trying to see where you at.
Exactly. But let me tell y'all how it could come full circle, because he was a psychologist. Okay. I'm a psychiatrist. So who can be his boss?
Hey.
Oh.
See that?
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. You've made a real good living for yourself. You have. And I'm just like, I'm in awe. I'm so proud. Every time somebody mentions you, I go, I know her. and the haters gonna bring up your past like it was something negative. But no, I would never bring up your past because I'm so proud of what you are today. Can you do us a favor?
What's that?
Because I came by your house not too long ago. I came by your house. You threw a party for your husband. And I was hating. I peed a little bit on your toilet because I was hating.
Oh.
That's
I
so
ain't even
good.
wipe it or nothing. I ain't lift up the lid or nothing. I was hating.
Well, I'm sure the housekeeper cleaned it.
Oh, snap. Watch you. Can you take us on a tour real quick?
I can.
Show us how you living and just show us your swimming pool and movie stars.
But then, the most beautiful part, because I had the opportunity to come to that party, and it's just like to meet you, your spirit, your vibe, you're so beautiful, down to earth, like dope. I'm like, this lady is dope. What the
And regular as can be, it did nothing go to her head. Nothing.
All right, we're gonna
where we at?
We're gonna walk around a little bit. This is what I call the cafe. This is the den. I call this the cafe. So I hang out in here when my homegirls come over. We hang out, watch TV or whatever. I call this room the cafe. This is my office, my home office.
Oh.
My grandbaby work with me sometimes too, so you see her little stuff in the background. So this is my home office.
That's nice.
We can walk through. I'm gonna walk you guys. I'm not gonna go over the whole house.
Because the show ain't long enough.
Yeah, I can, but I'm panting and sweating, and this is my,
See, oh, you be tired. That's what it is. You be too tired walking through. Okay.
this is my formal dining room.
That's the room can't nobody really eat in. They could just look at the room and walk past it.
I mean, you can, but this table, I don't want nobody eating at that. I got my little bar here. We're
The
gonna
little
walk
bar.
through,
Okay.
yeah, we're gonna walk through the butler's pantry.
Say the butlers. You got a
The
butler.
butler's pantry. And
Love it.
here. Okay, let's turn all the lights on so y'all can see. We had a party for our 16-year-old, sweet 16. So this is the upper level kitchen.
Okay.
And since I'm on this level, this is the great room here.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey.
Those windows are amazing.
Yeah,
Wow.
this is the
Beautiful.
great room.
Beautiful.
I can show you guys the pool from this room. I'm gonna flip my camera around.
So that's the upper level, the balcony behind you. The upstairs, that's where all the
Yeah,
rooms,
this
bedrooms and stuff. That's where the magic
so
happens,
this is
right?
the main floor. The bedrooms are upstairs.
Yeah.
That floor up there where the balcony is.
Right.
Okay, I am going to turn this around. Hold on. Oh, she let me turn it around?
She broke it.
I did not.
And how many bedrooms do you have?
I have 6 bedrooms. We have 10,000 square feet and 20 acres.
That's what's up.
Oh, that big.
I'm gonna turn it this way.
Oh,
Okay.
That's
Okay.
nice.
look at that. Look at that girl. We got the real life Wheezy Jefferson. That's
Okay.
the real life Wheezy Jefferson.
We have 8 bathrooms.
8?
Ain't that much boo-boo in the world.
Got 8 bathrooms I can shit all day. Okay.
Raw facts.
In my little wheezy voice.
Raw facts.
We going downstairs. I'm not gonna take you guys to the bedrooms, but we're down here on the
Okay.
on the lower level. If I can turn on all my dang on lights. We down here on the lower level. Hold on, let me turn these lights on. Turn them all on so you can see it. There we go. Okay, so here,
Oh, that's the theater room.
yeah,
Theater room.
we have an exercise room. That
I see a little dust on one of them on that treadmill though.
Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of dust on it because I try to use it, but you know, shit happens. And this is the game room.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Okay.
This is the game
Pool
room.
table.
Yeah, we play a lot of games around here. This game, I love it. You know, when I was, it's a story behind this arcade right here.
Okay, I got time for it.
When I was 10 years old, living on Dexter and Edison, if I was lucky to get 50 cents to go and play a quarter game, okay? Sometimes I got 50 cents, sometimes I didn't. My favorite game of all was Miss Pac-Man. Miss Pac-Man is on this thing and I love playing it. So this brings me back to my childhood when I barely could have 50 cents to play the damn game.
Okay.
Barely have it.
Now it's plugged in the wall. You got free games all day.
Free games all day. That's the theater room right here.
Yeah.
Our theater room.
That's where it was popping at, wasn't it?
Popping. This is DJ Six right in that corner right there, getting off. And then
The second kitchen.
lower level kitchen. And you can walk out to the pool area from here
That's
and
what's up.
to the deck. And then my favorite room of it all, my most favorite room.
I know which one it is.
Oh,
Jacuzzi time.
where we go.
Oh, the
little
screen done
R&R.
froze up on us. She
The
must got a
jacuzzi
bad signal
suite.
where she at.
with the wine bar. And
We can't see it.
Yeah,
Oh, you
we
can't
had
describe
a
the
bad
jacuzzi
signal or
room.
something. There we go. We good now. She got the
Okay.
wine, she got the TV and the jacuzzi.
Okay.
in the sauna.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you have all the amenities at home.
Yeah. I don't
And
have to
never
go
gotta
over
leave.
there. And
Right.
this is my 6-man shower.
Okay.
That's what's up.
So yes, from sharing a bed with my sisters, Dexter and Joy Road.
You was on Broad Street too. Stop playing.
Huh?
You was on Broad Street too. Stop
Yeah.
playing.
Well, I actually never lived on Broad Street.
But
My
you was
mom
over
lived
there.
on Broad Street, but I was always over there.
Right.
Yes, I was always over there on B Street.
You know it, baby.
Okay, I'm going back upstairs now.
Okay.
So
Beautiful.
Thank you so much for the walkthrough. It's absolutely
Welcome.
beautiful.
you're welcome. You're very welcome. It's, you know what? I don't think, well, I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna step outside just so you can have a view
Yes.
of the
Yes.
exterior.
I'm about to hate. Soon as she get off the air, I'm hating.
The stairs.
What
is-
you about to hate?
I hate. And be like, hating ass fifth. Hating ass fifth on them. Look how big that door is compared to her. Look at her.
Right.
Need
It's
two people to
huge.
help her get that door open.
Oh, the sprinklers are on.
And that's the front of the house. Ain't that something?
Yes, in the hubby when he was doing the pool, I'm like, could y'all don't miss my invite to the pool party?
Right.
What y'all done? Look at this. Just amazing.
Look at this. Look at this.
Say Joy Road to Dexter to the hills, huh?
Mhm.
That's what's up.
And all this land is ours, and behind it is ours. So we have 20 beautiful acres.
That's
That's
what's up.
what's
Hold
up.
on, Chewy.
Amazing.
All I need
You're
is
such an
a view of-
inspiration.
But you say all you need is 20 more acres and a mule?
in my mule.
I hear you.
Come on, Chewy.
Yes, it's what.
Yeah, once again, I'm just extremely proud. I'm so proud. I'm so, and you know what? And this is just a testament to when you say or you let people know that anything can happen so long as you put forth that effort.
Mhm.
You know, nothing don't just happen.
Right.
Nothing
Exactly.
just happens. We in an Instagram world where we think all we got to do is just pop a few pictures and this is how I'm living. No, you got to
No.
work for that.
It don't happen that way. And quite honestly, like right now, as a physician, I'm working upwards of 60 hours per week. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, a lot of those hours are from home, yes, but I still got to put in the work. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
No.
It's definitely an inspiration. I mean, just a little black girl from the D, and look at you. It's an amazing story.
Right. Can I ask you a question?
We're gonna let
It's
you
like it's a little work related though. It's work related. Can I ask you a question? What is the morale like among the Wayne County sheriffs versus the whole movement that's going on now, the Black Lives Matter movement? What is the morale of those officers?
So what I would have to say is it's definitely challenging to be someone who's looked at as an op, okay? The officers are in opposition to the people that I care about, okay? So anybody that comes in jail, so, and I'll explain it like this. To the officers, people who are in jail are inmates. So security is their number one issue. If they feel that there's a threat, they have to contain that. To me, they're patients, okay? Anybody that we care for, they are my patients. So while I'm looked at as an ally, the officers are not. They're looked at as ops. They're the opposition. So I don't think that officers are happy about what's happening right now, but everybody has a job to do, and unfortunately Wayne County Jail is understaffed. They had a lot of officers that retired, and it's a difficult environment to work in. And when you get people who are addicted to substances, they come in, they drunk, they are high on crack, meth, whatever, the officers have to be ready to protect themselves. So I can't say that they, are always coming in, bouncing off the wall, happy to be here, happy to be there,
Right.
Do you find yourself, well, Sam, you was gonna ask something? Do you find yourself in the middle of situations where you find people are using the Black Lives Matter and the as an excuse to be damn fools? Have you found situations where people have used it as an excuse? Now you wrong as 2 left feet, but you're gonna say, well, because he an officer, he wrong. Have you found yourself seeing those situations?
Well, personally, I have not, because since the COVID pandemic, I haven't been at the jail as often as I was pre-COVID. And all this happened, well, resurfaced, because Black Lives Matter been around for quite some time.
Oh yeah, since Malice Green, before then.
Exactly.
The 70s, the 60s.
The 60s, but it kind of resurfaced, recently. So I haven't come across those instances, but again, I'm not in the jail as much as I was pre-COVID.
So were a lot of court cases put on hold because of COVID or whatnot?
Yes, a lot of court dates have been pushed back. A lot of people, but miraculously, there are more people out on tether than there are actually in the jail right now. So it's about, I think, like 12, last I checked, it was about 1,200 people out on tether and only about 800 people actually physically in the jail.
Those people, like most of those people are like low risk though. These ain't homicide killers.
Tether, ones out on tether, non-violent offenses, that kind of thing. But the assaults, murders, homicide, all those people are still in the jail.
That's good.
Okay, we're going to take a brief break for a word from our sponsors.
Auto Glass, located at 13211 Dexter, or call 313-933-6000. The only shop in Detroit that opens at 7:30 a.m. They offer same-day service by appointment. Hours are Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturday, 7:30 a.m. to 12 noon. Contact Garrison Auto Glass for all of your glass replacement needs.
Hey.
Also, another sponsor is Purify Organic.
Yeah.
Food in a bottle. Yes. You are most definitely what you eat and drink, so eat to live. All alkaline fruits and vegetables. Purify Organics will help boost your immune system. Added bonus, it tastes so good. Text 313-444-3072 to place your order. If you are interested in being a guest or a sponsor, email us at thewinnercirclepodcast@gmail.com.
Welcome back to the Winner Circle. And we have with us Dr. Charletta Dennis, who we've been talking to. Now we're going to have us tell us all about her brand, Doc Lady. How did that begin? How did that start? We're interested. We're all ears.
Okay, so it actually started with my daughter. Funny, I think somebody talked about it's not, life ain't Instagram. Well, when I first got an Instagram page, I think I put something like my regular name, like Charletta.Dennis or something like that. Or no, I was Dillard at the time. Charletta something, Miss Charletta, that's what I put. And my daughter was like, your name got to be better than that. You're Doc Lady. So that's where Doc Lady actually started. That's where the name actually came from. It came from my daughter, right?
Okay.
So being that, I'm a physician and I really, really I really like to party. I really like to have a good time. There's nothing in the world like working hard and playing even harder, right?
Work hard, play hard. That's right.
Work hard, play hard. With playing hard, it's the music that you listen to that kind of gets you there. And I'm all about rap music, hip hop. I love it. Always loved it. One of the first albums I ever actually physically purchased was Lil' Kim Hardcore. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm the type, I listen to that old good stuff like Black Superman. Black Superman, come on. You gonna hear me mouthing the entire song, okay? You gonna hear me
entire song
on Black Superman, okay? So I absolutely love rap music, right? I used to, kind of sit down and write stuff out. Never wanted to be a rapper, but when we was young watching the jukebox, anytime, a song come on.
Channel 41 or something.
Right.
Salt and pepper. We knew all
waiting for that one song to come on.
Yeah. I'm rapping. I'm doing my thing, right? Fast forward a little bit. I have a nephew, okay? His name is Bones with a Z. That's his artist name, right? He's on Facebook. He freestyling off a song and he live with it. So I join in. I'm like, hey, when you gonna let me jump on that track? He say, Auntie, I got you. Let's go to the studio. Okay. You ain't saying nothing but a word. Went to the studio with him this is my first time ever being in a music studio, right? First time ever being. So I'm listening to all these beats. We went to the studio that I record as called Digital Labor on 7 Mile, okay? 7 Mile and Evergreen with Louis. He's produced a lot of my songs. So I'm in the studio, I'm listening to all these beats and I'm like feeling it, like, I think this is this seems like this is something I want to do. So I'm watching them in the booth, I'm watching my nephew, he going hard, and I'm like, I'm really enjoying it. So that day we went through, it was me, my son, my nephew, one of my cousins, one of his cousins. We're in the studio, so we listening to beats. And the first beat that I heard that I really felt like I had something to say on was the original song, Doc Lady, that DJ 6 said he don't have, but I'm gonna give it to him. But I don't have a clean version of it, but I'm gonna give it to him. But that was actually the first song I ever actually recorded. And when I tell you it was like work, it was work. Like I really had to get the verses down, say them the way I wanted them to come out. And they were coaching me when I was actually in the studio. No, don't say it like that, Doc Lady. Say it like this. You know what I'm saying? They giving me, I'm copying their cadence. I'm copying what they do because I'm feeling like I don't want to be sounding like shit. You know what I'm saying? I want it to sound professional. So I had to take it seriously. You know what I'm saying?
It gives you a real understanding what artists for real have to go through every song. You don't think they just do it and then go home.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Again, it go right back to what we talked about earlier about work. Any and everything you want to be successful at requires work.
Exactly. Like I had to learn about like what are ins and outs. What does it mean to what did he call it? My tempo. How he wanted me to inflect my words, that kind of thing. So I had to learn how to do all this. I'm thinking I'm just gonna go in there, act like I'm spitting. No, nah.
Right.
No. No. then working on, doing ad libs, making sure things sound right the way you want them, and how they mixed it down. And, I had to learn all that, and it was exciting learning it, but it was actually work. I'm thinking it's gonna be, we about to go to the studio, pop bottles, and get it
Right.
Like on the music videos.
Like a look at the videos.
It's work.
Right.
I have mad respect for artists who put out quality music. Mad respect for them. Like right now, I have enough music to actually put out an entire album. But if I don't have the time to actually dedicate to going into the studio, making sure I'm like not fatigued from being a doctor all day to get into the studio, I don't feel like I want to put out something that's not quality, something that I don't really feel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I put as much energy into listening to the music, listening to the instrumentals, listening to a song. When I feel what that beat is telling me, that's when I then go to the writing, to the music. That's what I like. So with Doc Lady, I felt like I was kind of hardcore. With Too Grown, when I first heard the beat, I said, that is my hustle song right there. That was my hustle song. When I first heard Cali Dreaming, and I haven't changed that, haven't changed the title of it, I said, that's my strip club anthem right there. It's the beat, because when I first heard it, I got to twerking. That's my strip club anthem. And then I have another one called Doc on Tip. That's really like a follow-up to Cali Dreaming. So that's another one that I've actually performed in the strip clubs too. So.
Okay. What platforms can they find your music on?
So right now, Too Grown is the only song that I have released, and it's on Apple Music, it's on Spotify, it's on Tidal, it's on YouTube, it's everywhere.
Okay. And I saw the video. You actually have your own hustle to that?
Yes.
I was listening to it. I'm like, wait a minute now. I don't know this hustle.
And
I'm trying to learn this.
Yep, two of my close friends, they're actually in the video. They choreographed the Too Grown hustle, and I just want to take off.
Okay.
That's what's up.
I think it will. It was kind of dope. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna learn this. Let's get the DJs to start playing this at the parties.
Right.
In the club.
I know for a fact that I play it every chance I get. I see a crowd, I'm playing this.
Thank you.
I always play it. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to support those who support you. You know what I mean? Not only that, I'm proud of her, man.
Right. And it's good to hear, like you said, you're not just going to put out anything that you take pride. You take pride in, you know what I'm saying, your music and your product. You're not just going to put out anything. And the listeners do appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because a lot of rappers don't. The young rappers.
But ask you a question. What age group do you for real consider yourself? Because they're now, since the age of rap has really grown, rap has actually turned into different age groups. You got your age group that just want to hear 90s. Then you got your age group that all they want to hear is the old school. Now you got the age group that want to hear it all. So where do you think your music goes to? Who are you directly reaching to?
So what I can say is each of my songs has a different target audience, okay? So Too Grown, that is for the grown and sexy. You feel like if you want to get out there, you ballroom, you hustle, that song is for you. But I've also seen the millennials bop into it too. So now, my song Doc Lady, now my son, he's 30 years old. He actually just turned 30. He loves Doc Lady. Doc Lady is hardcore. I'm talking shit. I'm talking about I got money, I got jewelry, I got blah, 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 blah.
But hold on, Doc Lady.
Yes.
You do have it. you have it. You know what I'm saying? In the video, that's your truck.
Right. but what I'm saying is, I'm talking, that's what they want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So I'm appealing to them because this is what they like to hear, They
Mhm.
And it's bossy.
think that's why they like that particular song. And now I got a soft spot in my heart for exotic dancers. So I got 2 songs that are strictly for the club.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Ask you a question.
What?
Have you ever had a mental in the back of your mind fantasy of being a dancer before you was
Oh hell yeah! I still listen. Let me tell y'all.
That's how you got your husband.
No, but I'm gonna tell you this. Ever since I opened my pool up, every time I'm in that thing with a bikini, I feel like I'm a stripper. And I act like one.
I hear you.
Okay, I gotta ask: is it a stripper pole floating around that house
No,
somewhere? And
it's not.
Mr. Dennis done locked all that down. He done locked all that down. He's ain't nothing up.
No.
Have a stripper class. Have your girlfriends over there. Have a stripper class.
Right, exactly. I perform in strip clubs. I perform my music, and that's it. Now,
Okay.
I'm not taking my clothes off.
Right.
Oh, not you, Doc.
Although I am scantily dressed when I go in there, but I'm not taking it off.
That's what's up.
I go for the
Because
food.
you
I
always
just go
have to
for the
still
food.
protect your brand as a doctor, and
brand.
you're a professional. At the end of the day, you're a professional, because that's how you eat. That's how you really pay your bills.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you have to protect that brand all seriousness.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Right.
so being an artist, how is the cash flowing? Are you making money being an artist?
Oh hell no! I ain't made no coins being no damn artist.
You ain't made no coins yet. I mean, how are they doing with your streaming? How is that going?
So I've spent more money, in the studio, getting it out there than I have earned. Now I do have a DistroKid account. I do have, a few dollars in there, but it's nothing that, I would, brag about. If I could get one hit, I think I'll be happy. And I think a lot of artists, not just streaming, but a lot of artists make their money like going on tour. I don't want to do shows, even though I like performing. I cannot step away from medicine and be a full-time. Hell, I'm 45 years old, 46 actually. I'll be 47 in 2 months. What I look like trying to, I'm tired and shit trying to be on top.
But you have a love for the music, so that's really what it's about, your love for the music.
I do. I love music. And anytime that, I have an audience in my house, I subject them to listening to Doc Lady.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes, I suggest them to listen to my music. Because, no, seriously though, I do love the music. I do.
Right. But it is good music. You can dance to it. Yeah. You can vibe to it. So
Yeah.
I do like it. So now tell us, let's touch on some of your business dealings. What kind of things have you done? Maybe investments that have gone good, maybe gone bad.
Yeah. So my very first investment was in my son's restaurant. Okay. He owns Brookie's Grill. It's in Ypsilanti. That's his very first location. So my very first investment, he called me. He like, Ma, I need so-and-so. I'm ready to buy this restaurant. Okay, let's go see it. Went to see it. He said what he need. I went to the bank, got him a cashier's check for what he needed. Boom, he opened Brookie's. Now he has, Brookie's was already established, but he took it over. He bought it.
Okay.
He turned it around. Okay. So there he has 2 locations that are going to be opening up real soon in Detroit. That one is in Ypsi. He has one that's going to be on 6 Mile in Livernois. You might have seen the signage, and then one that's going to be on 7 Mile in Southfield. So he has 2 locations pending opening. Okay.
That's what's up.
And his food is delicious. Yeah.
Brookie's
Food is delicious. Yeah.
Yeah. I licked the plate. It was because y'all didn't have no more. So I was like, well, at least I licked the plate.
Ooh wee, yeah. I better get them lamb chops if you know what I mean. But
Okay.
all his food is good. It's seasoned. Okay, it's good.
Okay.
Okay. So my son actually introduced me to these two guys who were looking for some financial backing to open up Views Bar and Grill. Okay. So one of them I actually already knew because he's related to who my son used to date. Okay. So I already knew one of them, one of the current owners. Met the other one at this business meeting where, you know, they did not have the financial capabilities to actually open the bar. It needed, you know, the construction was still going on. They needed some help. Okay, they needed some help. So my contract was for, well, it was originally for 25% of the profits. So my initial investment was for 25% of the profits. As time went on, they still couldn't get the doors open, even with the money that I had put up. Okay. So we sat back down, renegotiated the contract. I invested more money for 30% of the profits. And I had them add a clause in there that if anything ever happens to me, my son takes over my portion of the business. Okay. So I'm supposed to get 30% of the profits per our contract. Okay. The business opens, you know, I'm steady throwing in money, upwards of 6 figures. Okay. I invested 6 figures into this establishment. Okay. When the business started taking off.
Yeah, we hear the commercial on the radio all the time, baby.
Yeah.
Radio station, blasting, everything.
Business started taking off, and you know, I'm kind of getting pushed out the door. I'm asking, you know, where my pros at, where my money. Some of the monies was a loan. I gave them my investment portion, and then they still couldn't get the doors open. So Doc, you know, I need this, I need this, I need this. So this other lump sum was an actual loan. We did it as a loan. Okay. I got that part back. But when it comes to my 30%,
they done forgot about that.
Where my coins at? Where my coins at?
Right.
Okay. So this company has done the first year, and I attribute it a lot to Mr. Andre Styles, Lieutenant Dre, because he ran that business. He is a phenomenal, he is a talent for getting bars, clubs up and running. And Lieutenant Dre made Views what it is. Okay. He made it what it is.
So you originally hired Lieutenant Dre to help get it going, or it was a collective effort to get Lieutenant Dre to help get that bar going?
No, he was already part of it. He wasn't a partner. He was already hired as the manager to help get things going.
Okay.
So he was already there when they, you know, brought me in for finances. Okay. So he was already there. So it boomed like Views. It started popping. It really started popping.
Yeah, it was.
And, you know, I'm asking these cats, okay, where my coins at? You know, and it's, we ain't got it. We losing money. But no, because guess what? If I can't do nothing, I can count. Okay. So when I'm looking at what's coming in and what he's telling me is going out, and I'm, you know, asking you where my money at, is we in the red, we in the red, we in the red. But no, because prior to us really going into this, we're not gonna have to owe anything. We just gonna have to pay our monthly bills, like the rent for the building, and, you know, to keep the lights on, gas on, insurance, and all that stuff. So all this money is coming in hand over fist, but Doc apparently don't need her portion of the money. Okay. So long story short, I had to take him to court. We're still in litigation right now. And, you know, I'm just gonna wait and see. You know, you can't just do people wrong and then expect nothing to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that goes with anything, but yeah.
Yeah, it does. And you know, karma is gonna come, you know, it's gonna come full circle. You know what I'm saying? I've never been like a vindictive type person. You know, listen, I got too much on the line to do something dumb because these fools owe me some money. Right. You know what I'm saying? So my recourse was to take them to court. And that's what we're doing. And the problem is it's so terrible because one of the owners is supposed to be family and he's still allowing all of this to happen. So, you know, it goes so deep. It's like, I actually think they kind of sought me out, you know, because one of the partners, his wife used to do my taxes. So she knew how much money I made, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of, you know, now that I'm kind of rewinding stuff in the back of my head, I really feel like they sought me out and they thought that they were gonna have somebody that they can just get over on. Okay. They thought it was gonna be like that, but no, I'll take you to court. It's okay, and I'll let the chips land where they may. Right. And am I struggling? I did all this shit without views money, and I got them started. I got them started, and they don't even want to repay me. That's so terrible. It's so terrible, and I've been lied to. I sat down with Mr. D State. I sat down with his ass a couple times. And he like, Doc, I know I owe you. I'm gonna get this to you. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I sat down with this cat 3 times since I filed the initial lawsuit. And I took him back in, like I believed him, like I believe you're gonna be a stand-up guy. You know what I'm saying? Because we had forged a relationship during this time. You know what I'm saying? I had my daughter working there. He's totally intimidated by my son. So it was some, you know, that male macho stuff going on between him and my son. But at the same time, I mean, my husband was there. He helped him with the plumbing, with, you know, a bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it did begin to feel like a family until the money started rolling in. Now y'all want to push me out the door. You want to cut my cameras off. You want to delete my access to the point of sale system. Like they did me dirty. They did me dirty. Wow. They did me dirty. Greed. Yep. But I'm okay because I'm still here. You know, I'm still persevering. I've been a fighter all my life, so I ain't laying down for nobody. No, I ain't for nobody. So,
has the litigation been going on for quite a while?
It's been 2 years. It's been 2 years. It's been 2 years.
Yeah, because before the COVID situation, they've been throwing parties left and right, advertising, promoting parties, and I'm like, if y'all losing money, how are y'all getting the money to promote?
Exactly.
Y'all supposed to just be open. How y'all? Because I know the radio advertisement and all that stuff, and then you have after concert parties. You know what I'm saying? And that place slaps. That's like the dancery. Remember the dancery? Yes. That's like the dancery these new millennials now.
Yeah.
That's their spot. And that place, man, I ride past that. No, I'm good. I'm gonna keep going. No.
I mean, I still have video in my phone from when Views was, when it had nothing in there. Not the bar wasn't built, nothing. And I'm like excited that, you know,
what it's about to turn into.
Yes, I'm excited about it. Like we all gonna win. We doing this thing. You know, we had we did an interview up at WJLB all together. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, we about to do this thing, and then to just get to get just pushed out like you ain't shit. You ain't shit.
What I discovered though? You know what I discovered, and maybe you might find this true, maybe pure or Sam has found this. When people assume that you're okay without it, they don't feel like you need your money back. You know,
Right.
and you know how they be like, oh, she got it, so I don't think I really gotta pay him. I know I owe, but I don't really. And I think that's what
That's
might be
worse
going
than
on
that
with
too. When you loan people money, then they just
Yeah.
out spending, living their life like they ain't never borrowed.
Act like they don't know
money,
you.
They posting up.
Yeah, because I've had that a few times, and it's
Yeah.
real recent. People might
Yeah.
even know to this day that might be watching this show. Hey,
Mhm.
you owe me a few dollars, right?
Yeah, yeah. You know you
I
owe me,
don't like
right?
ugly.
Right. You
I
know you
don't
owe
like
me, right?
ugly though.
Now, I'm not gonna trip on you, but you know you owe me.
Okay. Look, here's the thing.
Right.
Here's the thing. I don't just got it like that. I went out and got it.
Got
like
it.
I don't
Exactly.
just
Right.
got it. I went and got it.
That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
But
early in the
it's-
interview,
right.
you said how you got it. So
Right.
But it's business. It's business. It's a business.
Yeah.
It's a business.
So,
And
Hey,
you know,
pay what you owe.
and that's one thing that
Right.
I actually throughout this entire process, that's one thing I actually that was my solid take home point. When you do business with somebody, do business. That
do
family,
business.
no, don't
Out the window.
all that's out the window. This is a business, and it should
Exactly.
run like
Right.
that because I put my emotions in it. I put my emotions in it because I sat down with Darius Statham the many times and said, listen, I don't want views. Views was your baby. That's yours. But guess what? I helped you and I deserve my part of it. I deserve my part of it because I had the financials to help you get here. I helped you get here.
Run me my money.
Right.
Money in my cash out voice. Run me my
Right,
money.
money.
Right.
That's right. So I can imagine that it'll definitely affect who you do business with in the future. You'll be a lot more cautious.
A little birdie told me your daughter has a little mobile liquor. What we doing with that? What is that? What is it called?
Another business I invested in. Her brand is Pretty Mixes. She's a mobile bartender with the concierge service. So she would come to your house, your party, your venue. She is set up, serve you drinks, and all in a professional manner. Whatever you want, whatever your party size is, she is going to cater to you. She do adult events, kid events, you name it, she got it.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Get with her. Pretty Mixes.
Pretty Mixes.
Bartending. Mobile bartending.
Mobile bartending and concierge. Check her out on Instagram. You'll see her. You'll see Brookie's Cafe on Instagram too and Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, Teray Diller is the owner of Pretty Mixes, and Troy Diller is the owner of Brookie's Cafe. Those are my
All
children.
right. You got the
Your children.
tags? What is it? How is it written on
Let
Instagram?
me tell you exactly how both of them are written on IG. I'm gonna give it to you straight. So, Pretty Mixes, she's pretty.mixes, PRETTY.MIXES, mobile bartending service. And then Brookie's is on here as Brookie's Cafe, BROOKIES Cafe, CAFE. Those are both of my children.
Yes.
That's right. Back your children build generational wealth. That's what you're doing.
Yes.
So we're going to get ready to cut it short. If you could leave the young people with something inspirational, especially the young Black mothers that, maybe having a hard time, don't think they can maybe make it, because your story is definitely inspirational. Let's leave them with something positive.
So I would say never focus on what you don't have. Focus on what you want to do, okay? A lot of times we get so caught up in, I can't do this, I can't do that, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, instead of changing our thought process. And when you write your goals down, you're more likely to accomplish them. So when you solidify what you want to do, or even if you just have a thought process that, okay, maybe I want to go to school, maybe I want to, work a little bit before I go to school, you have to make sure that you write those goals down so that you have something that you are looking forward to, and you are the only person that can stop you.
That's right. That's right. Thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
Doc Lady, Charletta Dennis, we have been honored that you have joined us.
I am
We'll
so
see you
happy
soon.
to have done this. You all have a good evening. Stay safe.
Yes,
Stay
yes, yes.
safe.
Right.
Stay
Take care.
safe. DJ 6'5".
What's
Take it
up? What's up? What y'all want? I'm gonna play Doc Lady California.
What you got
Dream.
for
Let's do
us?
something.
Ass shaking, pussy popping, no red lights, bitch, ain't no stopping. You better get this money. You better get this money. Ass shaking, pussy popping, no red lights, bitch, ain't no stopping. You better get this money. You better get this money. 50 at a time, 100 at a time, fuck it. Damn, shorty fine, I just wanna see you bust it. Climb up the pole, climb down, do a spin. It's time to see who really got some money in this bitch. Been a beat life, been there. Been a Onyx, been a Magic City, bitch, I'm in there. How you want this shit in all ones? All 20s, baby, all 50s, all huns. We the ones popping in the city, we the ones. Went to 8-Town, made a fit small run. Hit the Gucci store for a Gucci backpack. Mama fat sex, let me throw that ass back. Throw it in a circle, get down on your knees. Here go your scholarship, go get your degree. Talk lady, baby, DOC. We gon' overdo it, we gon' OD. Throw that ass back, ass shaking, pussy popping. No red lights, bitch, ain't no stopping. You better get this money. You better get this money. Ass shaking, pussy popping. No red lights, bitch, ain't no stopping. You better get this money. You better get this money. Ass shaking, pussy popping. Niggas better get to tipping, ain't no watching. Bitches better get to twerking, get to shaking something. Oh, you say you getting bread, get your bread something. I got all the bitches twerking at the kickback. You may never ever get your bitch back. Looking ass nigga, where your tips at? If you broke, you a joke, that's a big fact. Take it down low, it's money on the floor. Gotta be out on the floor, you gotta run the floor. Yeah, baby, run the floor like it's a fast break. Coast to coast, do the most, make that ass shake. Talking about my money, when I'm talking cash shit. I can show you how to really get a bag, sis. Put you up on game, get you out this shit. Now to the bank on the bitch. Throw that ass back. Ass shaking, pussy popping. No red lights, bitch, ain't no stopping. You better get this money. You better get this money. Ass shaking, pussy popping. No red lights, bitch, ain't no stopping. You better get this money. You better get this money.
Serving you up the beats. It's DJ 6'5".